Hey guys, welcome back to Barry Mouch's channel. Today we're going to talk about how to start your social media journey after weight loss surgery. Alright, so for this video, this is going to be a lot of fun because it's kind of going back in time for me and really just kind of thinking about where this all started. And it's going to be really interesting just to kind of think back to everything. So I wanted to talk about this because I feel like I get a lot of questions about people wanting to start a social media journey after their weight loss surgery, and they really don't know where to start. And I just thought it might be helpful just to kind of share my journey and kind of how it got to this and kind of why I decided to do it. So I had weight loss surgery 7.5 years ago, and when I first had this surgery, I remember thinking to myself, I want to document this. I want to see myself at my heaviest, at my unhealthiest, and I want to be able to look back at this so I can make sure I don't ever go to that person again. And so when I first started making videos, I started using them like on my iPad and on my phone, and I just was filming like my updates of going to my surgeon appointments and just kind of my thinking process from having the surgery. I really just was doing it because I wanted to remember what I was going through at that time. And there was never a intention of posting it online. It was just, I wanted to document it for myself. So for about a year, I guess it was about a year, I was filming videos and, taking pictures and just kind of capturing my journey, really just to be able to look back on so I could each month look at my progress. And there finally came a point in my journey, I guess it was probably about 9 months post-op, that I realized there was a person I watched when I was first deciding to have the surgery. And she helped me so much just seeing her journey, and it helped me feel like I was okay. It helped me feel like I was making the right decision. And it just occurred to me that I was like, you know what? What if I could be that for somebody else? What if I could share my journey and maybe this will help somebody who's struggling as well, not sure what they should do. So one day I just literally decided to just post a video on my YouTube channel and just kind of didn't really do anything for a while. And then as time went on, I started putting out more videos and more people were finding my channel, and it kind of just exploded all of a sudden. After, several months of putting content out, it was just, people were really interested to see, from me being diagnosed with pseudotumor cerebri to going into remission with that, to losing all that weight, and kind of the struggles I was having. Now, by the time I posted videos, I was posting from it was a little delayed because I had pre-filmed them. I wasn't posting them like I do now, posting this one a few days later. It was, several months later a lot of times. And so it was interesting to kind of see how quickly it grew once I got to a certain point in my journey. And there were a few big videos that I think kind of got that attention. And so what I found is that there were some key topics that people wanted to hear about. And, it wasn't just me just sitting around saying, oh, things are going great. I talked about really hard stuff. And I think that was part of the reason why I was able to get a following, was because I was talking about things that were challenging. I talked about regain. I talked about pregnancy after surgery. I talked about a lot of the issues I was having with food addiction and mental health, and just so many of the parts of surgery that I think a lot of times we don't talk about as often because people are scared to think about it, and they want to just hear the positives. But I think, for me, when I created my channel, I didn't want it to just be where it was just like, oh, everything's great, it's great after surgery, because that would have been a lie. And I didn't want to lie to you all. I wanted to show, the truth behind everything. So I think for me, it was just literally what I'm doing right now. I turn the camera on and I just talk. a lot of times I don't even plan what I'm gonna talk about. I just kind of turn the camera on and just say what I'm feeling. And you know, that has helped kind of create these discussions in the bariatric community. For a lot of people, they can't be open about this because they don't want to tell people they had surgery, or they don't want to be open about it. And for a while I was like that. I didn't even share my channel with like my personal friends. I was very private about it. But again, it got to that point where I finally realized like, hey, this could help somebody. Why am I trying to shame myself about this decision I made for my health? Why am I trying to hide that when this has given me so much life and so much purpose? And I think when I finally came to that realization, everything changed for me. I will say that another thing of why I did what I did is that I needed that accountability. I needed support. I needed to find people in the community that could help me continue on with my success. And so that's another reason why I decided to go public and make a YouTube page, because I said, you know what, I need people out there that can help me on this journey like I'm helping them. And you have no idea how much it has helped me. Just having complete strangers, you know, send me messages has just changed my life, and it has given me so much and has helped me succeed. I have found this community through my YouTube channel. I have found Berry Melts. I have found, you know, going to conferences and meeting other people who've had surgeries through this community. And I would never have found that if I wouldn't have been vulnerable and put myself on the internet. And there are some days that are really hard. I'm not gonna lie, you know, putting yourself out there where thousands of people are watching you, it can be very challenging at times because you get feedback when you don't always want feedback. You get some hate, you get some, you know, nasty comments, and people don't always understand your decisions. But for the most part, there's so much more positivity and so much energy that I get from when I post videos and hear from you guys and hear from this community, and it's given me so much. So like I said, I get a lot of questions about, you know, where to start. And I would say that if you are considering putting yourself out there and being vulnerable, I encourage you to be yourself. You know, don't make it seem like everything's, you know, butterflies and rainbows, because it's not. And, you know, don't try to be someone you aren't. Be yourself, do this for you. You know, one thing I think that really helped me was that from the very beginning, the whole purpose for me was to be able to look back at myself. There was no other motive, there was nothing. It was literally looking back at myself. Then the motive became, let me help other people, let me, you know, show my story. But I think it was always that I was doing it for myself and not for somebody else, not for any other reason. It was because I wanted to track my progress and be able to, you know, help myself grow and help other people grow as well. Starting a YouTube channel can be a lot of work. There's a lot of like logistics that go behind it, and it took a lot of time to learn how to do that. When I first started, I had no idea what I was doing, and so I had to really like teach myself how to use a lot of the tools like editing softwares and things like that. It took time, and you know, it's not something you're gonna learn overnight. So if you are considering making YouTube videos, do some research and find what works for you. And again, do it for yourself and use this as a reason to help motivate you to continue on your path towards success. A lot of people are also into Instagram these days, and so that's where a lot of people really get popular on there because they post their weight loss journeys. And so again, you know, I think there's a lot of flexibility there if you're looking to start sharing your journey with the world. You know, it doesn't have to be through YouTube, through video, if you're not comfortable talking to a camera, because it is quite awkward sometimes to just literally be in an empty room talking to a camera. But it's so much fun. And I will tell you that, like, if you need like any sort of like therapy, like to talk things out and you feel like you don't have people, one thing I've learned is that every time after I like film a video and talk about something like a topic, I feel like I just went to therapy because I'm sitting there talking it out, you know, with myself, but it's very therapeutic. It's very helpful for me on my journey. But like I said, Instagram is another choice. If you aren't comfortable making videos, you can share your pictures and things like that on Instagram and share your journey there. Blogging, starting your own blog and being able to provide tips and tricks for people and different, you know, things they can do on their weight loss surgery journey. You know, there's so many different paths on social media if you are looking to try to put yourself out there. You know, I think one of the biggest things is just to be creative and be yourself and find something that makes you shine. You do have to have tough skin though, because I will tell you, you know, the first time you will have people like your videos or like your pictures or whatever it is, it's such a great feeling. And the minute you start getting messages from strangers, it's such a great feeling. But at the same time, you have to be very careful, because there are people out there that are going to try to bring you down. There are people out there that will take things too far and make you feel uncomfortable. There have been plenty of situations that I think I've had to have a, you know, tough skin and really be able to push through, because there have been times I've just wanted to quit because it's like I was getting so much hate. And there's gonna be periods of that, because again, not everyone's going to agree with everything you do in your life, and you have to finally realize why you started this journey, and not just your weight loss surgery journey, but also your social media journey. Why did you do it in the first place? And I think for me, during those times where I was thinking about quitting, like what held me on to it and what held me from, you know, quitting was that I remembered all of the emails that I've gotten from people saying, you have changed my life, you have inspired me, you've given me so much information. It truly has changed my life. And to hear that some random person in California or, you know, another country is watching my videos, it's such a cool feeling, you know, to know that I have helped somebody and inspired them to want to work better, you know, work to be a better version of themselves. And I think it's just, you have to remember the positives. You have to remember why you're doing this in the first place. It's not cut out for everybody, because like I said, it is really hard to have yourself out there and for people to just be able to comment or come on the live videos and just be trolls and just try to ruin your day. But I will tell you, there are for every one comment that I get that is negative, I get 100 positive comments. So, you know, again, going back to that motivation for me, it keeps me on track and it keeps me moving forward on my journey. So if you are considering starting a social media journey, good luck. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, because, you know, I'm happy to help support you. I'm happy to help guide you if you need it. I think it's a great tool to use to motivate yourself on a weight loss journey, because it, again, that accountability is there, that support is there. You get so much from being that open and that vulnerable, and having, you know, complete strangers become your best friends is pretty cool. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you found this helpful. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and make sure you check out all of our recent videos here on Barry Moutt's channel, because we are really trying to get some more content out here for y'all, and I would love to hear what you guys wanna see. So if there are some videos that are of interest to you, please leave me a comment down below and let me know what those are. All right, y'all, I'll see you next time. Bye.